Welcome back to the podcast. Best podcast in the world. Today, we got some interesting, juicy, hot, sexy, steamy, disgusting, 106-degree weather
Just get into it. Just get into it.
news. So, the big one, Dr. Suspect. He's back for the 6th times, it feels like.
Hide your kids.
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
He's
Hide your
coming
kids, hide your
back.
wives. So, he's back, and he came out with a interesting return video. The video is him on a boat or on a jet ski, coming back from an island and going to his quote unquote arena, and people have not let this joke down. It's kind of insane.
What is he coming back from? Epstein's Island?
Exactly. It's kind of interesting. And people have went rampant in the replies. Someone says, "No way the comeback video is you driving to an island." And then someone responded with like a picture of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with certified lover boy, certified pedophile. I just need you guys to go through the comment section and the quote tweets. They're amazing on this video. But
That's fucking
yes,
ridiculous.
yeah, this is recording on Friday. Yesterday he posted this saying he's coming back tomorrow, so he would be coming back today. Interesting to see what he's gonna be saying today. But that is his return video. I have no idea what he could be said or saying, or he could be planning. Be like, oh, I'm coming back. I got something to plan, because he posted the chess thing that he got shit on for also.
Yeah, and then everyone made those tweets with the little girl sitting across from him.
Yeah. I also saw someone say, "Oh, he just in time for school, because school is starting up for elementary and all that." So that video is placed perfectly because of that.
Oh fuck!
I genuinely have no idea what this guy's thinking, because he has more than enough money to just retire. I don't know, like,
Yeah, I
what
don't.
he has
Why
to
does
say.
he need to come back at all? Why
really
can't
doesn't
he
need to
just
come back.
like fuck off? I'm sick of
Exactly.
him.
Because it's no point, because your two best friends, Tim the Tatman and Nick Merckx, don't even want to talk to you anymore because of what you did. They straight up said publicly, he's like, "No, we will not be playing with him or anything."
Yeah.
So who is willing to play with Dr. Disrespect at this point? Because he really strives on just playing with others. As a solo content creator, I mean, he's okay. But like, the whole reason is why the whole big thing is everyone going back to YouTube, or him on YouTube, and then everyone trying to sign with YouTube and Kick, is that they can play with him and be with him. So that's the thing that I'm just worried about. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like any part of this. I think he should have just fucked off. But there's people that are gonna watch him still, and it's a shame.
It is. It's gonna happen. Again, it's like the Sneeko Neon situation. They're both pieces of shit. They still got fans.
Dude,
it's not gonna end.
I don't know how Neon had fans before everyone like realized he was a piece of shit. His content's like insufferable to begin with.
He gives me those moles that dig on the ground? That's what he gives me vibes. Those are the vibes he gives me. And it's just those kind of vibes, and I feel like those are his fans. It's just like there's no entertainment between him or anything.
It's just moles.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's what he gives me on the vibes of. But that's the Dr. Suspect situation. I think that's the biggest one, to be honest, that came out of yesterday. I know there's other news that came out, but to be honest with you, that's kind of interesting. And his whole video was just, I don't know, it's kind of shit. And now I know we're a little late on this, but we have I wanted to talk about a little bit about the esports World Cup. First, overall thoughts. The whole out of the whole tournament, it was very good. I think what Saudi Arabia did, and just making literally I think $1 million prize pool for each game, close to it, was insane.
Yeah, that's what I have it pulled up right here. And PUBG, $2 million prize pool. Rocket League, $500,000. What else? Tekken 8 is $1 million. That's crazy, because like winning EVO gets you like 10 grand or something. Like it's not insane. Like
yeah, it's more for clout.
Who's it in Tekken 8? Like Ulsan won, and he got 300K. Like Jesus Christ.
You know, I was seeing online people were saying like, "Oh, Saudi's getting involved. They're ruining esports." So I have a question for everyone who's saying that. Do you not want a tournament, more tournaments that give you a chance to win more money? I generally don't see the issue with this, because first of all, they made almost $1 million or at least a 500 grand prize pool for every game. So almost every single game. The only game that I think the only big game that wasn't in was Valorant. It's because Riot's scheduling was so shit that they couldn't be in it.
Yeah.
So that was the only game that wasn't in it. And I feel like every single person every org benefited from this. Because one, you got to travel to Saudi Arabia, which is already good enough. Two, you got to compete in $1 million prize pool for multiple games. So some of these orgs competed in like 5 or 6 games. And then you get a little trophy also. Each one of them, you get a trophy. So for me, that's like massive. And I think they already announced that next year they're already doing it. They said, oh yeah, next year we're already having an esports World Cup. On top of the Olympics, having an Olympics for esports.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be Olympics for esports and the esports World Cup in Saudi Arabia. So there's 2 of them. That's going to be, who's ever playing in those is going to be crazy. Because I know games like Rocket League, I know fighting games are already going to be involved. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw League, but I could be wrong. But I saw games like that, and it's interesting. They said there's no FPS. FPS is not going to be in it. So any
Olympics?
shooters or any... Yeah.
No FPS. That's what I was thinking about, like, in terms of, like, violence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
the FPS is not going to be involved, but I think every other game is going to be involved, which is going to be nice to see. Yeah, no, overall, I think there's also the controversy about esports nominations. So there is nominations for esports like best player, fighting games, and all that, like all different kinds of like categories. And one of them was esports streamer of the year. And it was between Kai Cenat, Speed, and a Spanish-speaking streamer called Rewind.
Was it just...
He won.
Was it just, like, esports streamer?
That's what I was thinking.
Because like, Kai Cenat is not an esports streamer.
Yeah, and Speed is not an esports streamer also.
Like, I like, aside from, like, I know he did, like, his From Software kick, but, like... What other games does, like, Kai Cenat play? I don't really watch him.
Yeah.
Does he play...
He's not an esports guy.
Yeah, so I don't know what the controversy is. Like, he doesn't... I know he doesn't play, like, Valorant or, like, League or CS or anything like that. Like...
I think it was interesting because people were, like, getting mad. Like, oh, who is she? Who is she? Who is she? Because, I'll be honest, I didn't really hear about her. But then I looked at her. She averages, like, 10K viewers.
Yeah.
Every stream. She's like a big streamer. Like, she's not a small streamer.
She's from Brazil?
Not Brazil. She's a Spanish speaking. I forgot which country she's from, but she's a Spanish speaker. And people who don't know, Spanish, like the Spanish streamer side, people are only mad.
Massive.
It's massive. It's almost bigger than American streamers, by the way. Let's keep that in mind. eBay, he's a Spanish speaker. He hosted a tournament, and he hosted this one boxing tournament. And that average or peaked at 3 million concurrent viewers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Spanish viewers are massive. You have to understand that. Just because you guys don't understand it, there is massive. It's like saying like Vietnamese, Taiwan, China, Japanese, Korean. Like there's those countries also, they have a lot of viewerships that you guys just don't know about. So you guys, people don't understand.
It's just a language barrier thing, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist.
Exactly. Like, I think people don't understand that, and people need to, like, open their eyes before saying stuff.
Because that's out of their head.
Yeah, people were like, oh, how does it win? It's like, it's not about streamers, by the way. It's only not about just streaming. It's about the esports side also. So you gotta understand that. Like, if it was just a streamer, like, being a streamer, yeah, Kai Cenat, Speed, 100%. They would have won it. 9 out of 10 times. 100%. But when it comes to esports, they don't do esports. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I think people don't understand that. But yeah, that's overall, I really like the Esports World Cup. The only shitty part about it is the time zones for us. So a lot of the matches we have to wake up at like 9.
Really early.
They had to wake up at like 9, 8, sometimes like 6 a.m. just to watch the games. But that's the only sucky part about it because it's all in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
But no, overall, I think it's really excited. I hope that we can go next year. It would be really, really fun. And final news, Deadlock. Now, Danny knows I haven't been shutting up about it. And Aurora and Org has hosted a 10K tournament on Deadlock. Now, imagine being an Org, or imagine seeing a game that's in alpha basically right now, that doesn't have a real dedicated private server, have a 10K tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So they are hosting a 10K tournament with only 4 teams, by the way. So it's like an invite only and only 4 teams.
Okay.
But it's still insane that an org is so invested into it.
In pre-alpha.
This basically feels like pre-alpha. Because this also comes in the news that a lot of teams, not only that, a lot of players also are coming back, are like leaving their respected games. So like there's some pros who left the game also. Like there's a few Apex pros that left. They said there was PUBG pros that just straight up said like, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going back to I'm going to Deadlock full time.
Yeah.
There's a big Apex creator named Noko. I don't know if you know him, Danny.
No.
But he's a very big Apex creator. And he's like straight up, he's like, yeah, I've been playing Apex for almost 5-6 years. I kind of just lost a like for it, and I'm going to Deadlock full time.
Yep.
This is also I think the first real creator to switch over, I feel like, was Average Jonas.
Yeah, I saw his thing. He's quitting Valorant.
Yeah, because he says like the creativity, he's just lost the creativity in the thing for it, and he says Deadlock has more options for it. Because I've been seeing his videos, he's been coming out with really a lot of good tutorial videos, guides, and it's really, really good. I've been saying this, Deadlock is gonna be a big game, and it's showing slowly.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is it better than Smite 2? I want to hear you say it. I want to hear you say it.
I haven't played the recent patch of Smite 2.
No.
I can't comment on it.
From what you played of Smite 2, is Deadlock better than Smite 2?
From what I played from Smite 2 a couple months ago, compared to Deadlock now, I think Deadlock now is better than what I played a couple months ago, Smite 2.
Okay. So like, are you saying that there's a chance that you play Smite 2 again, and you're like, fuck, man, this game is it.
Well, no, of course I know. Okay, let's be real here. Deadlock is gonna be better than Smite 2. All right, I'm gonna admit it because it's Valve, and Valve never misses when it comes to games. They never miss. So it's gonna be bigger, but I'm not gonna say Smite 2 is still a bad game. I still enjoy Smite 2.
Well,
but
I didn't
Deadlock
ask if Smite 2 is a bad game. Yeah. Is Deadlock better than
If you want me to
2?
answer, yes. Deadlock is going to be a better game than Smite 2. Are you happy?
Let's go!
Are you happy?
Fuck Smite 2. Dog shit. Same game.
No, it's not. It's a different game. But yeah, no, Deadlock is it's massive. I think it's interesting with seeing the amount of waves. I'm kind of curious how many Valorant pros, well, because we haven't seen any big time pros move yet. So we got to see on that end.
People have left League?
People have left League?
Maybe not pros. No. I've been hearing that people that don't like League have been liking Deadlock a lot though, because like a lot of people aren't a fan of the top-down camera that League has. So people,
that's my thing. Also,
it's like the same. Not this. It's not the same game at all. But I'm saying like it's a MOBA. Like it's definitely more MOBA than it is anything else. Like from what I played, like it's a MOBA with the third-person camera angle. Is it?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of nuance to it. Like there's a lot of hidden abilities you can do. Like when to melee, there's charge melee. People don't know there's a parry system for when there's melee, and there's also like when you slide, you get infinite ammo while you're sliding.
Oh really?
So there's like little mechanics to it. So like when you hit a guardian and there's stairs, there's a way where there's movements where you can hit it, and while you're hitting it, slide. You get an infinite ammo, do it, rinse and repeat. So you're saving yourself like at least a mag of clips.
Oh wow!
So people are like, there's a lot of movement and a lot of great movement. So people who enjoy movements, they're gonna enjoy the game,
or like
and then you can
deeper mechanics to that.
It's a very deep game. Like with the game being this like only alpha, there's a lot of like skills. It's a very high skill ceiling game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the only game where I can think of. It's not hard to get into. It's not hard at first, but it's definitely hard. Like when you master the game and you really understand the mechanics, you really know how to play the game.
People, yeah.
Yeah, like when you understand some things here and there, like for example, the souls, when you shoot them before 10 minutes, you don't share souls before 10 minutes.
Oh,
so whatever
really?
you kill, yeah. So if you're in a duel lane, you don't share souls, but after 10 minutes, every soul you share. So when you're in a duel, that's why you'll see solo lanes. They'll be far ahead earlier than duel lanes will be.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, the game is missing a lot of key elements like role queue, ranked leaderboards, an actual private match system. So they have to add all of those before we have to see how the game goes. And to be honest with you, unlike Riot and other games, you can actually host a tournament and you won't be fucking send an email being like, oh, you have to ask us permission.
Yeah. Valve doesn't give a shit. You can do whatever the hell you want with the Valve game.
You can literally host like $1 million tournament and Valve would be like, oh, okay, if you want to. But that's it for the news. I think everything. I'm gonna be definitely checking out this Aurora tournament, and then I'm gonna be making. It's gonna be some fun. Make some content about it. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think Deadlock is the future. I won't shut up about it. Yes, Danny, you got it out of me. Deadlock is gonna be better than Smite 2. Yes. Are you happy?
Yeah, I am. I'm fucking ecstatic.
But that's it for the news today, guys.
All right, now to the wonderful interview that me and Beige did with our new FGC GOAT Rewind.
But welcome, core fans. It's your boy Beige, Danny, and we're here with our new FGC fighter Rewind. Welcome.
What's going on, bro?
We're happy to have you here. Happy to have you on a team. Let's get straight into it. What would you come up with the name Rewind? Why Rewind?
I think I had this gamer tag since like 2011, so I've had it since I was like a kid. I used to just play a lot of Call of Duty, and I felt like you almost had there were like names that you would try that just look sweaty. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like you would just try to pick a name that it felt like you were just always like if you were good and your name was hard in COD, like that was the best. But that was kind of, but I used to love like trick shotting and shit, so it was kind of like a kill cam type name.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Are you still good at trick shotting? Like, are you playing Call of Duty 6?
No, I haven't played COD for real since like literally those days.
No, I get it. I think the last time I played it was like Black Ops 2.
Yeah, it's like the last time I really was playing it as like a main game rotation was Call of Duty Ghosts. That was the last time I touched that shit.
Oh wow, it's like 2013 or something.
If you weren't competing in FGC, do you think you could try and compete in like FPS or any other type of gaming titles?
Yeah, if I were to compete in anything else, it would probably be like NBA 2K or something.
NBA 2K? Okay.
Yeah, I used to take that pretty serious because I hooped in real life. So it was like, it was like, it's not like just, basketball is a part of my life. So it's like to actually be nice at it and professional at the gaming version of it too would have been tough. But yeah.
All right, I'm going to guess your position. Were you, I think you're a bit tall, so I don't think you were a point guard. I feel like you might have been like a shooting guard or a small forward.
Yeah, I played the 2 and the 3.
I had a feeling. So how nice were you?
I was nice, but I wasn't like crazy. Like I was solid,
But you'll dunk on anyone in the FGC scene, show them those skills.
Nah, I wasn't. I wasn't jumping out the gym.
No, I get it. So we're gonna go towards like your FGC career. So you started competing at a real young age. I mean, you won EVO at 17. What was that like?
I don't know. Back then when I won it, I wasn't really thinking about how old I was when I won it. You know, being 17 was just what it was. I wasn't thinking about, man, I'm trying to collect some of the craziest titles and accolades before I turned like 18 or 20, or you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it was cool. When EVO was during that time when I won, it was a pretty like dark period of my life, so it was like hard to love it. You know what I'm saying? Because I have like, my dad was just diagnosed with cancer the month before, so it was like, you know, you're playing with like different intentions now. Like you're trying, you're trying to win. You know, it almost feels like you gotta win. So it was. I guess it was sick in the fact that, you know, it showed me that perseverance, like no matter what you're going through at home or behind the scenes or anything, like if you still want to win, like you can't let that shit, you know, interfere with.
Yeah, you just gotta lock in and.
Yeah, you can't let it interfere with work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta still go to work. You know, so it was dope to win EVO.
Were your parents always like supportive of like you competing in esports? Because I know that's like a problem a lot of people kind of deal with. Like I've met a lot of parents who are always like gun ho. I mean, looking at our owners, they support esports and their son competing. But were your parents very supportive of you competing?
My mom was. My dad wasn't.
Okay. Did he see it as like, you're wasting your time?
Yeah, he just was an older father. Like my dad was an older cat. Like he could have been my grandpa. You know, that's how old he was. But like, you know, he was an older school dude, so it's like the gaming thing wasn't looked at as something to be taken serious. You know, you know, he didn't realize that. He didn't know what esports was. Like, some of these concepts weren't even introduced to him until until I introduced it to him. So like playing video games for money was not a concept to be like, to him. That's not even a thing. Like if you said that to him, he'd think you're trolling him or something.
I think you're crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, because it's still technically a relatively newer thing, especially over here in America. I mean, it's been going on for like, I'd say 10 years, but even though that's still new, and to a lot of people who don't really pay attention to the scene, they're like, what do you mean these people are making millions of dollars, thousands of dollars playing a video game?
Yeah, and even then, even if it was true, my dad probably didn't think like I would actually be able to compete with those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not often that you have a son or a daughter or just a kid in general who's one of the best at anything in general. You know? So it's like, if you, even if there was millions of dollars and your kid's telling you like, hey, I could really smoke that dude if you just let me go play. Like, the chance of that actually being true is
very slim.
Yeah, I have to think about how many people play Mortal Kombat, for example. You know, how many people go to these tournaments. You know, how many people, you know, never even, you know, taste out what's outside of pools. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. So I was just, sometimes I do think about it's like even crazy. It's even crazy to be one of the best at anything in general,
especially in the world.
It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? People pull up to these tournaments from different parts of the world, and it's like, oh damn, like you're from a whole different country. This guy's from different countries. Guys from
different language,
and they can still, you know, you still beat them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, okay, that means I can go to their country and do work too. Like the Olympics out here, you know?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, EVO is technically the Olympics for fighting games. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, y'all those different regions, and that's when like regional pride is super huge at EVO.
And I will say, so you said your mom supported you right from the go, though?
Yeah, she was just one of those parents that was just big on
just supporting
your kid and what they want to do, as long as it ain't too far fetched or weird. You know, it's like. Like, I'm pretty sure my mom supported because it was like, taking something away from your kid could crush them, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know the potential that they can take something if you actually just let them strive for it a bit. Like, okay, it's one thing if like I go to this tournament, go to compete for tournaments for years, 5 years, and I'm doing absolutely nothing and just spending hella money and raking in nothing, you know?
Making nothing,
like not getting no notoriety. There's no point in actually there's no upwards trajectory showing me that I should keep playing or keep doing this for a living.
Yeah.
But you know, she at least let me try. She was one of those to at least let me be willing to try it and see how far it could take me. And before you just shut it down, you know, my dad was like, not even gonna let me even try.
No, I get that.
Did winning EVO change anybody's mind about that?
Oh yeah, like for sure. My dad was biggest fan after I
Yeah.
my dad was biggest fan after I think after I even not even won EVO, after I went to my first few tournaments and like was breaking top 8s and was on streams and stuff like that and bringing home like medals and at least some, you know, a couple thousand or something, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it's like, damn, okay, like, you know, he was gone for a weekend and brought home a couple thousand. That's, even though it's not a lot compared to like some genres of esports that bring home a couple million, you know what I'm saying?
But even then, a couple thousand is nice, you know what I mean?
And I left for like 4 days, came back. That's a good amount of money for like a 3-day little trip. And you only play, if you think about it, the money was made in 2 days, pulls and then top 8. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got to get there. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, because I was gonna say, I feel like I've seen people go, they spend a couple thousand and they coming back with nothing. They coming like with negative.
Vacation for this, you know. Think about it. There's tournaments. It doesn't matter how many entrants. You know, it could be 50 man bracket, 7,000 man bracket. Only 8 motherfuckers leaving with money.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
8 people that play that game. Only 8. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how many people sign up. And it's like, you telling me 7,000 people are just going for a chance to make anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta be good.
What do you think? When did you realize you were good at video games? I feel like there's something that clicks in people that makes them understand, hey, I'm at a different level than just a casual player and even other pro players.
Yeah, I mean, first time I felt like I was pretty good was probably when I was playing like NBA 2K and against all my brothers. And then because we all play sports and
Are you youngest?
We all hooped. Oh yeah, I'm the young. Like I said, my dad could be my grandpa, so he had kids before he was with my mom. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So by the time he met my mom, I already had siblings that could be my dad. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like my oldest brother is like mid 40s. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so yeah, and they all play the game too. You know, that's like so normal back home or just in general. I feel like with males, it was just like you got people who game, you got people who play sports, and you got people who do both. Like they play sports during the day, they grind that, and they come home and playing games is a pastime. You know? And that was just theirs. They like games. They like Madden. They like 2K. I mean, it's sports at the end of the day. You know?
Yeah. I was there a point where like they were playing with you and teaching the game, and then out of nowhere you started beating on them, and you're like, "Oh, okay."
That's where I'm getting at though. With the that's right. This is what taps into your question. Is I started to realize I was good when there were times where like nobody can mess with me in 2K. It's just I'm just undefeated. It doesn't matter who's the brother, who's the friend, who's the nephew. You can get anybody. They were just losing in 2K, and it makes you feel like, okay, damn, like. I'm nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're the guy everyone calls like, yo, you can't beat my boy.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. So that was probably the first time I felt like I was decent at a game. Or at least better than people that I play with most of the time. And that still carried on to like when I played NBA 2K15 and I'll play my park and I felt I was just running them parks, you know? Like only time you get me off the court is when I want to get off the court, you know?
Yeah. Oh, you're that guy. I remember I played the NBA. Like I played that. You're that person who's just waiting there. Come on, get on the court real quick.
Yeah, I'm just
score and beat on you real quick.
I used to cheese, so I used to be a cheeser because for real, it was like that's when I realized that the same thing with fighting games. Playing top tiers is cheesing. You know, you cheesing when you playing top tiers. When you play park and you got a demigod Bill who is 6'7" and dribbles and moves like a guard.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're cheesing. It's like picking top tier characters. You're basically, and that's when I realized it doesn't care how people feel about like what you're doing on the screen. If you win, that's all people care about. At the end of the day, you losing, and you can make the same build, you can play the same character. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not like it's banned.
Yeah.
So. It's funny you talk about that. I remember because didn't they change that in like the latest 2Ks? Like I remember, like you could make a custom character. You could have them be 7 foot tall, have all stats. I don't know because
like I said, NBA 2K15 was the last. That's the last 2K I took serious.
Took serious, okay.
And not even serious. I played. I'm a casual. I'm not playing in tournaments or anything. I'm literally just a pub demon. You know, pub demon.
Yep, I get that.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just running parks with homies, and I'm just telling them scrap boards and give me the ball, and I'm a scorer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. So, what made you transition to fighting games?
Well, the same year 2K15 came out, MKX came out. So, I played MK9, and well, actually, damn, maybe I'm lying. Maybe Mortal Kombat might be literally the first time I remember being good. Nah, because I feel like 2K. Yeah, see, me playing 2K and fighting games lines up like parallel. Like I played, like I loved NBA 2K11, and in 2011 MK9 came out, so I was playing MK9 and NBA 2K11, and I was playing 2K with my brothers, and I was getting good at 2K and figuring out, you know, there's cheese in those games. You know what I'm saying? You don't actually got to be a basketball extraordinaire to be a pro. You just have to know how to play that game for what it's dumb at. You know, you know, there's certain spots. You know, if you don't guard me, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna cheese that CPU. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
No, but yeah, it was like 2K11, and I just played 2Ks and CODs in between, and then MKX came out because I didn't like Injustice 1 in 2013. So I played MK9 all the way up until 2015 when MKX dropped, and then I was playing MKX, and damn, MKX pretty much consumed me.
And then Injustice 2 eventually came out.
Yeah, MKX consumed me, and I was just playing fighting games, getting better at them, you know, joining teams or clans at least, like, because teams weren't as much of a thing. And I guess NRS games in 2015, like, there were teams, but they weren't really like teams.
They weren't big.
Yeah. There are people. There are like people doing you favors. You know. Like,
yep, I get what you're saying.
You know, there's just people that just threw a tag on you, and they just doing you favors by just paying for your registrations or something. You know, and you're just representing the whole team just because you just want to represent something, to be a part of something.
So, who was the first clan you joined?
In Mortal Kombat, damn.
Gotta make you think back, man. Rewind the brain.
2012. My first clan was in 2012. And I was probably in like little COD clans, you know, for fun back in 2011, you know, but I think if I'm remembering correctly, the team's name was Twisted, but Twisted wasn't, I don't even know if they're probably not a thing anymore, but yeah, people who like played NRS games back then, and if, you know, I don't know if this is going to be a video that you guys are posting, but if they somehow watch this and if I hear Twisted, people know who that clan is. That was a long time ago. It's literally 12 years ago now.
Time goes fast, right?
12 years ago. It's 2012. Think about that.
Wow. Yeah, because like even looking at your Wikipedia, it goes from like you were on Coalition Gaming, then Noble Esports, UYU.
I would consider those sponsors. You know what I'm saying?
They're more so sponsors than being on a team.
But being on a clan is like, there's no competition in it other than clan wars online. Like there's no like this isn't even esports, you know. This is just really just a bunch of homies being on a team, you know, and just
competing against another group.
Yeah, feels like the G League or some shit, but not even the G League, because I feel like this G League is like being on a team, just not a super team, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's not esports. Being a part of the clan, it has nothing to do with esports. You know what I'm saying? It's still competition, but it's like friendly competition.
So what do you think about the growth of the FGC scene? Like since you started competing? And is there anything you think that can improve it to make it better?
On the progression of FGC, I think we've definitely grown. I mean, shoot. If you think about it, even back in, you know, early 2010s, people weren't competing for, you know, hundreds of thousands, you know.
It'd be like $100 if you're lucky.
And you're like, but you have to think too, like I'm a part of the FGC, but I'm a part of like one part of the FGC, just NRS, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my experience with the FGC is only what NRS is, you know? So it's like, as a whole, the FGC has grown out
hell of a lot if you're just thinking Street Fighter, you know?
Yeah.
Because that game in particular has grown a lot, but only the Street Fighter players are going to feel that growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So unless every game is growing to that extent, I'm going to feel like we haven't grown very much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel like as an NRS player, we haven't grown very much since like 2015. If anything, we might have went backwards a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the pots, like,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, the pots.
Because MKX and Injustice 2 had buku money. You know, I was like, damn, like. I think Injustice 2's first year was like 500,000 or something like that. Like that first season.
I'll say that's nice.
Because you had two basically two world tours. Is like not world tours, but two Super Bowls to look forward to. You got E League, and then you had IPS finals. You know, kind of like how Street Fighters had like Gamers 8 and EWC, and I feel like EWC and Gamers 8 basically kind of like E League, but E League is actually Street Fighter League basically, but. Yeah, they got so much stuff going on over there. But but as far as the growth of the entire FGC, I think it's definitely gotten crazy with Street Fighter, and Capcom being willing to even put that much up for the prize pool.
Yeah.
And then another million the next year. You know what I'm saying? Or I think it's another 2 million the following year. But the first year they had Gamers 8. Yeah, Street Fighter is really being invested into right now, but Tekken's grown a lot. Tekken's got EWC too. Tekken got crazy pots now too, and that was like the hardest fighting game to play when it had like the worst return on investment for a game being that hard and being that fun to watch and having that much viewership. You would have thought the players were paid. I think the Tekken World Tour champion for like 2017 or something or 18 got like 10K or something like that, 15K.
Yeah,
15K for a Tekken World Tour champ? Nah, I'm not playing that game. Like that game way too hard.
Yeah, I'm not like I like watching it, but I don't play Tekken. It's not really my type of game.
Nah, that game is fire. If I could play it, I would. I feel like I could play it, but I mean, I don't. I only got so many grinds I'm able to commit to.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like I come home from work at like 4 or 5 p.m. You telling me I got 4 hours to play with, and I'm gonna try to split it amongst 2 games? Man, I'd rather be great at one than okay at 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be great at both, but that you gotta have time. Like at the end of the day, you need time, and when you're getting home from work at times and everybody's already done grinding, you got to get really good by yourself or somewhere. You got to find people that got schedules that line up with yours.
Yep. Yeah. I was gonna say I agree with you because at EVO, funny enough, I got to talk to Arslan Ash, winner of Tekken, and he told me, he was like, one of the questions I asked him was like, do you play multiple titles, or are you one of the players who just focuses on one game? He says, I only focus on one because I feel if you divide your time with multiple gaming titles, it can mess you up and make you not as good as you can be at that one if you just focus on one. Because I know that's something in FGC I've noticed, that some people either just focus on one game, or then you get the randoms who are like, I'm going to play every single game that's possible. And then they're the person that you see running around like going, I got this match over here, then I got this match over here.
And they lose all of them, too.
Sometimes they do.
You got those, diamonds, that are great at multiple games. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got like Sonic and Keto and Daigo and Goichi and all those people. They're like EVO champs in different games.
Yeah, multiple games.
And it's like those are the guys who they're blessed with the ability to just pick up things quickly and then maximize it, and they got time too.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. They made it. I call that true gamer brain. I've seen people like that. Like I remember, I knew a player. He was like, he played Smite professionally, and then he transitioned to I forget what game it was. It was like it was completely different than Smite. I think it was an FPS game, and then he said it just took him like a couple weeks to pick it up, and then he was at a pro level. Like I feel like there are those people who can give them enough time, they can master the game.
Especially if they're a pro level at something else, they understand what goes into it. Like if you were a pro at something, you have a higher chance of being pro at something else. Too. Like than people who just never even sniff being that good at anything.
Yeah.
Like it's not surprising to see somebody pro at Guilty Gear be pro at 2XKO. You know, it's like
Sure.
they're both kind of similar. You know, they got the same kind of similar
Same feel.
aspects. You know,
Yeah.
like anime players that play 2XKO. You know, tag fighters players that play 2XKO. You know, they're gonna have an edge, especially if you've never played a tag fighter before, or you know, if you've never played tag. Bro, it's like say like me, I don't come from a tag fighter game. You know what I'm saying? But I have dabbled with tag fighter games, so getting into like something like 2XKO is definitely doable. I played Dragon Ball quite a bit, and
I respect that. Fighter Z.
yeah, bro, I played that. So it's like, okay, at least I know what it feels like to have to learn more than one character and then have synergy between them. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not just pick your favorite characters, and you know, they gotta have some synergy. You know.
Did you get to try out 2XKO?
I didn't. I got a code mad late, and then when I finally got a code, I was just very intimidated with the thought of just having to just learn something new again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to pick up Street Fighter again. I want to get back into Street Fighter, and I want to like, you know, push myself a little bit more than I have been in it. You know, which is literally not playing it at all. I've just been playing MK and just going to work.
Yeah.
But I wanted to pick up Street Fighter again because I felt like I had, you know, a good understanding of it when it first dropped.
Okay.
Once MK1 came out, I just went
That
right
was
back to that ass games.
Yeah.
I went right back home.
I got you. What are your thoughts on the current, like basically MK1 right now? I know there's a lot of mixed feelings. Me personally, I think it's a fun game. I have fun with it, but I know there's a lot of discourse currently with MK1.
You're saying how do I currently feel about it?
Yeah.
I feel like MK should have went way harder for it, in comparison to seeing like what their competitors are doing. You know, Street Fighter and Tekken. You know, those games are going crazy, and I feel like, you know, Mortal Kombat is part of that. You know,
it's a trilogy.
You would say big three. Yeah, you know, it really should be those three games. Got the most money in them. They got the most advertising, biggest everything. You know, those three should just be miles ahead of other games just because of the amount of the legacy of, you know, how far back that history stretches to the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Especially like me personally, I feel like when it comes to being iconic, MK is more popular than the two of them. For me personally, it's like
Mortal Kombat's the most popular fighting game in the world.
Yeah, it's like it has movies, it has animations, like it has all those things, and I feel like
it sells more than every game. It sells more. Bro, Mortal Kombat 1 was in top, and like it was top 10 in most games sold on the PlayStation Store in August last month or this month or July. Yeah, that's crazy considering it came out last year of September. That means. Bro, that's crazy. You know, Street Fighter wasn't in that category. You know, Tekken wasn't that. There was not one fighting game in that top 10.
Except for
MK, yeah.
But they should be going way harder with the product. You know, the numbers are great. MK, they do numbers. We know this. But it's like you got to put out the best practice mode, the best net code, the best characters. You got to make this game look like it's worth the numbers that people is purchasing that, you know?
Agreed. What did you think of
these other fighting games? I'm jealous.
Yeah. And it does make me sad because, like, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. And then, like you said it was in the top 10 of being sold. It's like, yo,
like, bro, we know you got bread, bro.
Yeah, you better start throwing some bread towards us.
It's not even just that. It's like at least make a good game. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I get that.
You know, if the game was fired, you know, fuck it, you know?
You can deal with it, but they got some problems that they need to take care of.
It's like, okay, I understand the esports side of things is lackluster, but you making the actual gamer experience lackluster, you know what I'm saying? You gotta communicate better. Like when there's bugs in the game, they gotta get addressed quicker. Every patch can't be introducing a new bug to the game. You know, it's like we can't get one patch without creating other problems that need to be patched. You know, it's like, bro, y'all got way too much money to be having these issues. You know, they like online practice says coming soon, and next month will be a year of the game's release, and an online feature has not been available for an entire year. Every other game had them at release, online practice.
Yeah.
Like, you don't got online training. You can't boot up with bro. You can't lab when you're in practice mode. You can't not lab when you're practice. You can't boot up, like queue up ranked while labbing. You know.
Yeah.
So you got to just sit there at the menu waiting for a match, and in the meantime, you're doing absolutely nothing. You know, you can't practice. Other games, you can search for a match while labbing and stuff. That's common now. That's common. It makes the in between time less boring. You know, when you're just sitting there waiting for an opponent. Makes it productive, and it's a way better viewer experience. You know, when you're a streamer, you're just doing combos, or you could talk to chat and answer questions, show them stuff while you're waiting for a match. And in MK, you're just sitting there, just waiting, like just nothing going on.
Yeah,
you know, come on, bro. We got all I practice is about to be a year. The game's released. Like, why did you guys release it a year in advance? You know what I'm saying? Why is it? It feels right. There's like it's literally not finished. You know.
I think that's the problem we run with a lot of games nowadays, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
just FGC stuff.
Like, I think so many games are incomplete. Like, I remember being younger, like when I was like a teenager, and you would buy a game, it'd be set, that set price is done. Like, your game was done by then. It'd be like $60, like $60 in it, but you'd have your game. And then maybe if you're lucky, there might be a DLC. But you didn't really have to worry about problems with the game, like having... Like, the game was completed, they worked out, make sure there was no bugs or anything, where I feel like that's just a problem nowadays with a lot of games. Like, a lot of games are being given to us unfinished.
Yeah, and, like, I don't know what's going on in the back end, but, you know, as a consumer, it sucks. And a competitor especially. It affects me more than it affects people who just, if they don't like it, they don't gotta play it, you know? For me, it's like... You're making my job like worse. You know, you're making it harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's how I feel. I don't feel the greatest about it, but like it's still not. It still brings in good viewership. You know, and the content side of it is great. You know, content side of it is still good. You know, some of the best still. You know, and like when the competition side of it's annoying, but you know if it. You can't beat the viewership, man. It's still good. Maybe not for like the competitions, but as a content creator, you know,
it's doing well.
Yeah.
You know, if you're putting in grind on the content side of it, and you're like a relatively known competitor, it's the best thing you can do. You know.
Okay.
Like MK has cult fan bases. You know, these people ride or die for the person who plays their favorite character, person who plays, you know, who's just consistent, their favorite personality. You know what I'm saying? People. There's a lot of like, you know, channels approaching or above 100K subscribers, you know, in the NRS community on YouTube.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen a couple.
And there's some people who aren't even competitors at all. I got like 1 million subs. You know, like you got like Super, who's a Mortal Kombat content creator. He has like 1 million subs, and he's not a competitor. He's not. He's just a casual.
A fan of the game.
Just think about that. The biggest channel in a Mortal Kombat, the biggest Mortal Kombat gaming channel on YouTube is not a professional player. You know?
Yeah.
That means that the franchise is super casual, you know. Super casual.
You think MK is like, because I run a youth center, and out of all the fighting games that they primarily play, and it's MK. Like, we have Tekken 8, we have Street Fighter 6, and we have MK1, but the one that is most popularly played among all my like youth is MK. That's the one that they have the most fun with, and that's the one that they choose to play over the other two. You might get a couple who play Tekken 8, you might get a couple who play Street Fighter, but a majority of them do play MK.
Yeah, I mean, like from a casual's perspective, you know, MK is they do a good job at least with the animations and stuff, you know. You know, the fatals, they get more gruesome.
Yeah, the bestialities now they added.
The graphics get crazy. I don't think that's what it's called.
What,
it's called anime. I think it's called.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna leave that in. I'm leaving that in.
Cut that out. Cut that.
I was hoping you weren't gonna say.
You're right. I was thinking, you bastard.
I was like, man, that sounds kind of bad.
Another round. Don't name it that. I made a mistake. Unless you want people to troll.
I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna keep sending it to you to remind you.
Okay. I mean, even though I could pronounce the wrong note, what do you think about the combo pack 2, like the DLC coming out with the story, Cyrex's Sector?
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hating. I'm hating probably.
You're hating? I thought they look cool. I'm
big on gameplay. I'm really not wowed much by how a trailer looks, or
I get that.
Until I get my hands on the character. I'm big on just, maybe it's because I'm a competitor. I don't know. All I care about is how they feel to play. They don't have to be broke or top tier, but they just have to. If I just like how they play, and I like if I have a good time doing what I'm doing and I'm winning, but I wasn't necessarily excited for them initially, doesn't matter. I like them now. I may not like them now, but that doesn't mean I won't like them when they actually come out.
When they come out.
I say that. But I wasn't excited because there's just a lot of guest characters, man. Like I wanted, if I wanted Sector and Cyrex, I wanted them to be how they have always been for 20 years. They just switched to the girls. Like, what are we doing? But they could be cool though. Who knows? Yeah. I'm not against it if they are actually cool characters. I'm just hating.
Have you seen the gameplay trailer for the 2 of them?
I haven't. I don't care.
Okay. I see. They look interesting. I mean, I understand. I'm a different
I saw a few saw a few seconds. And so, I ain't gonna lie, some of the combos were looking kind of sick, and but doesn't mean anything to me. I need to play it.
Yeah. I'll say the one I didn't care for is even though I know he is a huge fan, Ghostface made no sense to me. And it's only because I'll admit I'm being a nerd about it. I'm like, bro, there's no way in hell a dude who gets beat up by teenagers and random people is going to be putting up a fight against ninjas and gods who have these godly powers. What is Ghostface going to really do with a knife? And why would he really have combos that can compete against these people? Even though I understand it's just a fighting game.
Leatherface was a chainsaw.
Yeah. You're right, but Leatherface was more imposing. And again, Leatherface doesn't get beat up by teenagers.
I get you. Yeah, Scream is it could be anybody underneath the costume. Yeah, I mean, I'm not excited for it. The DLC characters themselves, but when it comes out, if they're sick, they're sick. I'll play them.
I have a feeling Noob Saibot's going to be sick. I don't know, man.
I've never been a fan of Noob's gameplay in any MK that I've played.
Yeah, I feel like he's never been that great.
Yeah, I've just never been a fan of actually playing him or seeing him play it or anything. He's only cool. He's only cool in story mode cutscenes.
Yeah,
and his fatalities or brutalities are cool, but he's never actually cool to play. I don't know.
See, I only used him in a trolling way. You know what I mean? I'm playing against someone I know I can beat you. All right, I'm just gonna mess with you. That's the only time I would use Noob if I'm actually gonna use this character.
I mean, it makes sense. He's a cool character.
We have T1000 and then Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, I never even heard of Conan until this shit came out.
I mean, he's old. That's old. That's back when Arnold was young. So it's understandable. That's why I seen a lot of reactions. People are I don't even know who these characters are. And I'm like, yo, I think you need to because even T1000 is a technically old character because that's the second Terminator, I believe.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but they put Terminator in the last game, and what I'm saying. Terminator himself is older than T1000.
Yeah.
But I think that one would have been cooler in the last game because they could have fought each other in the game. They had Alien and Predator in Mortal Kombat X. So
that's actually my favorite one too.
That's what I'm saying. You guys got literally the 2 biggest crossovers in the game. You could have did it in MK. It would have been probably better if they. But I ain't gonna lie, Terminator was sick in MK11. He was actually a sick character in MK11. They should have put T1000 in MK11 or put the original Terminator in MK1. Just putting them both in each MK, not fighting each other, it could have went way harder.
I will say there is one thing I'm hoping they do in MK1 with T1000. So the actor who plays T1000 is also the actor in Peacemaker. He plays Peacemaker's dad. And I keep saying in my head, I'm like, I hope they have some type of interaction when they, when they face off, they bump arms and they say their little catchphrase. Yeah, like have an Easter egg, like, yo, you kind of look like my dad, and then like have T-1000 like, yo, what? Because it's the same actor who plays T-1000 is the same one in Peacemaker.
Yeah, true. No, they probably will do that, honestly. Yeah.
What did you think of Peacemaker and like Homelander and Omni-Man being added to MK?
I think it was sick when I actually saw the trailer drop initially, because it's like, damn, y'all really throwing in crazy guest characters, like, but Conan, like, oh no, bro.
Yeah, you're like, they missed out.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but Homelander was sick because I can't even. I'm just saying it's sick because everybody else loves it, but I never even watched The Boys.
The Boy, okay.
I haven't seen it either, honestly.
But they also got Omni-Man in that shit too, Omni-Man, Peacemaker, Homelander. That's a crazy DLC pack.
Who would you want if you could pick a random person from any show, any movie, or even an OG MK character? Who would you want as a DLC?
Probably Onaga. Couldn't go wrong with another big body.
Okay. All right. I mean, I miss even though people said he was like the most hated character in the game at the time, I was a big fan of Ferritor. Even though people were like, yo, he's dog trash. I'm like, yo, I know he's not the best, but I had fun with him. But I've always been like, any fighting game I pick up, I like bigger, bulkier characters who hit a bit harder. They might be a little slower, but they hit real hard.
Yeah, I mean, some people, that's their archetype. Onagas would have been sick because he hasn't. I can't recall him being in another Ennis game besides, what was it, Armageddon or something? I don't even know. Maybe another one. But he would I just want to see him
brought back,
revamped.
Okay. Yeah. So talking about FGC, so who would you say? Who is like who gives you the biggest competition? Who like makes you sweat the most, but it's still enjoyable to compete against them? So far, that's in your career that you played against.
Probably Sonic.
Sonic.
Yeah, I had to think about it because for a second I really didn't think he was like the necessarily fit that exact question. But I think he does because I have a good time playing him. We could play a long set. We're laughing, but he's also the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get good competition. You're being forced to adapt. You're being forced into uncomfortable situations where you got to overcome the reads that they're making, and they're going to force you to make some hard reads. And you got to have balls, and you got to be willing to make those decisions. Otherwise, you just go and play right into the game. It's like playing chess. It makes you play chess, and it doesn't matter if it's like for 100,000, 300, 400, 500,000, a million. At the end of the day, it's the same mind game. And it's just a good time overall. I mean, we've been playing for a long time now, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I always feel like you'll be competing. Anytime I've seen someone competing against him, he always has that smile on his face, kind of. Like he'll be serious for a little bit, but then you see the smile start to perk out a little bit, and I'm like, oh, he in his mind, he's got this now.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a joyful dude in bracket. That's just his personality. You can't help it, probably. Yeah.
Even though I miss the furry, his outfits and everything. Like I know he's dressed in more, with normal clothes and stuff, but I think it was iconic whenever he would have his hats on, or he would have the furry arms and everything. And I feel like that was a mental game too for some people. Who are like, yo, what is this dude wearing right now?
Yeah,
a mental stuff,
perhaps.
Or even I don't know if you've seen it, at CEO this year. I think it was Guilty Gear. Someone came dressed up as Thomas the Tank Engine.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, dang, you make me feel old, Rewind. You never heard of Thomas the train?
No.
Like the blue train with the gray face?
Oh, no, yeah, now. I didn't know that was his name. I've seen that.
Yeah, God. Someone had a full-on costume look exactly like, I don't know where they found this thing, but it was like, there was a train right next to them, and they're just, what? This is who I'm competing right now? And they lost a set to him, which has made it even funnier. This dude didn't come out of the costume at all. He stayed in costume the whole time.
Yeah, some people can't deal with that added pressure of feeling like you gotta beat this dude because of the way he's dressed.
Mm-hmm.
How do you stay calm while you're competing in like especially high stake matches?
I don't even know, man. Honestly, I guess repetition.
Mm-hmm.
Repetitions made me a lot more comfortable in those situations. I don't do anything particularly on purpose or any. It's just it is what it is. It's the way I'm wired now. Like some people get over their nerves, or some people don't. Or some people, fold under pressure. Mm-hmm. So as far as trying to stay calm, I'm just naturally calm. I don't try to force it. I don't try to, take a sip of water or something. I don't have any kind of ritual or anything. The only thing I probably don't do is eat before bracket. Mm-hmm. I don't eat, and that makes me like just weak in general, kind of like like my stomach. But my stomach can't. I just when you got a bracket in front of you, and like you flew all over here, you took time off of work. You got to do well. You sponsor. You got to try to do good for the sponsor and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like okay, eating. It's just don't got appetite. It's just that simple. I don't even have the appetite.
The butterfly effect, basically, in your stomach.
Basically, yeah, pretty much. So, got the butterflies, and I just don't eat. Other than that, once you put the headphones on and you're just looking at the monitor, you're kind of just locked in. Zone. Yeah, you're just locked in. It's not like the rest of the building ain't there. You just try and play this match and get it over with.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say I could see that from your character. Like I've seen a lot of FGC players like. Just kind of how they walk. You do seem to have just like you're always kind of relaxed, really chill.
It's probably just my personality. I don't know. Maybe my personality, my natural personality helps with being calm in tournament, but it definitely there could be times where I'm nervous, but I still look calm and poised on the other end, on the outside of it. But in the inside, I could have nerves. I'm just
thinking about it.
Yeah. Just not showing it, you showing it can be giving edge to the other player too,
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because then they can see that you're sweating and they're like, oh, I got this dude. Like, he's trouble now. Now I got to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, if you just chilling or the moment you start looking stressed or anything like that, you're ready losing even more. You're losing the battle outside the game too,
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
What would you say? Okay, not even esport. What is a fact that no one would guess about you if you were open to sharing? Like, what's something that will catch people, like fans of you? You would catch them off guard. They'd be like, "Yo, I did not expect this from you." One.
To be honest, I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I'm a pretty normal guy, man.
I mean, you got do you have some crazy dance skills? Do you rap on the side?
Nah.
Maybe artists or something?
Nah.
It's just working and.
Oh no! Yeah, I've been told this quite a bit actually. I can beatbox pretty good.
You can beat. I mean, would you mind sharing a little bit?
I'm not going to. I'm sorry.
That's all. Okay. All right. When we meet in person, I need to hear a little bit of beatbox.
I can't do it on command, bro.
All right.
It's one of those things you just kind of do in passing, just kind of like almost as a tick.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just hear a beat and you just start. You can just mimic it with
Okay.
But that's the only time I'm really doing it. Sometimes people will be like, you're actually pretty good at that shit. You know what I'm saying? Sounds pretty similar, I don't know. That's probably the only thing I've noticed. I don't do it because I think I'm good at it.
You just do it just to do it.
Yeah. Just do it, literally as like some form of tick,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even do that every time. Sometimes I'll just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. I'm more of I bounce my leg. That's my tick. Especially if I'm sitting down.
Nah, I get you. Yeah, I mean, people have their ticks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably it as far as that. Nothing crazy.
I'm warning you. Now when I see you, I'm gonna try and play some beats around you. I'm like, all right, let's see. I'm like,
I play something in the background and look over and be like, is he doing it?
Nah, baby, shoot. I don't do it as a tick. Around people I don't know like that.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
I gotta be real comfortable to just be showing ticks.
All right, that's the goal. I'm gonna get you comfortable, and then you're gonna beatbox, and I'm gonna spit some bars, and then we sell an album. We sell an EP. Get picked up by Kendrick. Maybe start a beef with Drake. Just maybe another Not Like Us 2. That's how we do it.
I feel like you're looking too far into this.
Yeah. He's like, what is this man talking about?
Bro, it's lit.
The goal was to kind of get you to laugh too, Rewind. I'm gonna let you know now. I was like, my goal is to get him to laugh because of, like I said, I've always seen you as a very stoic guy.
Yeah, you mean you succeeded, bro?
All right, that's what I wanted. Okay, interview over. Is there anything like what are some goals that you still have in mind for yourself? Like, what is something you still want to accomplish as a competitor? Because again, bro, you won EVO. That's one of the highest goals someone can do in FGC. But I can tell that you're not finished yet. There's still things that you want to accomplish.
I guess I just want to show my longevity. You know, I want to show that I can, you know, still be one of the best for a long time. You know, and I still haven't won like a world finals. You know, I won EVO, which is the world championship, but it's not it's not a circuit that leads to EVO. You know, I want to qualify for world finals and then win that. You know, because that's usually where the crazy buku money is. You know, but I want to do it because the year I won EVO, that same year in the world finals, I got second. So I got close to getting both of them in 1 year. Which would have been crazy because that was 2018 was really like my rookie season. My first tournament ever was in 2016, but I was a kid, so I only went to it was literally EVO. My first EVO was 16, and then I couldn't travel, so my next tournament was EVO 2017 because I was from Vegas, so like I could only go to one tournament pretty much, which was in my backyard. Okay. Then I went in 2018, and 2018 was the first time I got like a legitimate team, and I was able to travel to more than one tournament. You know, but
so I think you were on Noble Esports at that time.
Yeah, that was like my first real team.
Yep,
that was my first real team where they sent me to actual out-of-state tournaments, but like consistently. And then, because I believed if I had a sponsor who would be willing to send me to the tournaments that I need to go to qualify, I would qualify. I felt like I was good enough. But when you're only going to one tournament, you basically got to win the whole thing. If you're only going to one to qualify, your chances are. You know, you're competing against guys who are going to everything, you know. So if you're not going to everything, good luck. You know, you're going to get blown off the leaderboard. Doesn't matter how good you are in your head or how good people believe you are. If you're not showing up, you can't qualify. So 2018 was like my rookie season. I got EVO and then I qualified. And then I almost got EVO again in 2022. So I got second in 2022 at EVO again for MK1. Or 11, and that would have made me like the only other player besides Sonic who have an EVO in 2 different NRS games. You got PL who's won 2 EVOs for the same game, but Sonic's the only one who's won it in 2 different games. Like I got Injustice, so if I would have got an MK1 or 11, then that would have been not only 2 different NRS games, but 2 drastically different NRS games. Like, and it's not like it's like, okay, I won EVO and MKX and then MK11. Those are technically 2 different NRS games, but they're still Mortal Kombat.
But they're still the same one.
Yeah. But Injustice and MK are like, you got back to blocking Injustice. That just shows that you can play a completely different game almost. Like Injustice and MK is not that similar. You know, your circle, the circle button, in MK it's an actual kick, and Injustice is a trait button. It's not even a kick. So it's
you're right.
Yeah, you know, that's a weird way of playing fighting games. Really, usually circle's always a normal. In every fighting game, circle does some weird shit in that game. For every different character. But yeah, so I've gotten close to like, I want to win EVO again, and then I want to. But longevity is probably the biggest thing. You know, I want to win. I want to win, and then 5 years from now, still be winning, so people could look back and be like, damn, like bro was really. He was running consistent in tournaments for 10 years, you know, because it's basically 6 years ago that I won EVO. Think about that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's going on like 6 years.
6 years ago, bro. And
I mean, I feel like you're kind of doing what you want, the longevity. I feel like people do know who you are. I feel like you're respected among the community and against your other competitors as well.
True. I mean, hope so.
I don't think you gotta hope, bro. I believe you are. I truly believe you are.
No, I appreciate it.
So are you excited? I mean, I heard the rumors are rumbling for Injustice 3. Would you focus on just
I haven't heard that rumor.
Came out? Really? I've seen a couple things. I mean, it's comicbook.com. They sometimes do like drop the bag a little bit. It's like, all right, where it's just rumors. But if Injustice 3 was supposed to be like announced and it came out, would you only play Injustice 3 or would you just stick to MK1?
They're not dropping both at the same time.
You think it will be a couple years, like once they're done with MK1, then they'll drop Injustice 3?
They've never dropped two NRS games at the same.
Yeah.
Like they never dropped. They've never. If they drop Injustice 3, everybody's gonna move to Injustice 3 because that's gonna be the current title. It's like going from 2K11 to 2K12, you know, or 2K23 to 2K24. It's like, why would I play MK when all the tournaments are in Injustice 3? Yeah, all the money's in Injustice 3. If there is money in both, I'll play both.
You play both? Okay.
But that would actually be kind of cool if they dropped an Injustice 3 and you got MK tournaments and Injustice 3 tournaments, and they're both like parallel. It's like dropping Street Fighter 6 and 7 and making the Pro Tour for both of them or something, you know?
Yeah.
That's not happening though. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure NRS has always historically just focused on one game, and then they stop supporting the previous one and they start supporting the next one, you know?
Yeah, especially right now because they're kind of like under like Warner Brothers now as well. And they're like they're iffy about what they do. I mean, they've been dropping shows, they've been canceling games.
Oh yeah.
And I know they haven't focused heavily on MK. I know they tried to focus a little bit on multiverses, but because multiverses ain't doing so well, they're like starting to back off a little bit. Especially and then also the Suicide Game. Suicide Game did terrible, and they were mad about that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Warner Brothers, I don't know what they're doing over there. You know, they're all about the money and the profit. You know, if it ain't profiting, they're backing off. They're a real billion-dollar, multi-trillion. I don't know what the hell Warner Brothers is, but they don't care about esports for real. You know, they're investing in the gaming because it's a good investment. Only when you're not invested in the esports, I guess, but. When you're invested into just the pure profit of dropping video games and getting the profit from the sale, video games get bought up like crazy. There's a lot that gaming is a huge industry, so Warner Bros. Wanted to get a part of that. But
true.
If that ROI start looking sus, they out.
I mean, you're right about that. Seen a lot of people do that. So, what would you say is like basically, final question. Towards the end of the interview, what's like one of your most memorable moments so far as a competitor?
Memorable. And probably EVO 2022. EVO 2018 was sick because I won, but EVO 2022 was crazy because, you know, having the whole building behind you, having like a regional pride type of thing, it's really cool. I know a lot of people, including myself even then, kind of thought like the whole cheering for America thing is corny in bracket, you know, like USA chant was corny, but I guess it's kind of cool when you look at it from an Olympic style. Yeah, when you look at it in that aspect, it's super. You know, the Olympics got to be corny then if it's corny rooting for your USA. I know a lot of people look at it as corny because they feel like it's disrespectful to the other regions. But shoot, like if you're in their home court, I'm pretty sure they're gonna
do the same thing.
You know, they might, maybe, I don't know, like how they get down in like Japan or something like that. But
I feel like in Japan they wouldn't, just because like thinking about it, like just watching others, like MMA, they're very quiet, where American fans are very loud and
they're very honorable. But I say EVO 2022 just because that was pretty sick. Just having the whole building, just chanting your name, your gamer tag, your name, and then chanting like the country. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And then, is there anything you want to say to your friends, family, and loved ones?
I don't know. I appreciate the support. Y'all supported me from the beginning, and I mean, shoot, I just took it and ran with it. We still competing and still playing. We've been doing it for 6 years. Appreciate the support. That's all it is, just straight up support.
I mean, you have our support, and we're ready to watch you keep kicking ass and taking names.
Oh yeah.
No, I appreciate it, bro.
And then what's the next event we can see you competing in?
I'm waiting for Mortal Kombat to drop their announcement for the second season starting. I have until I see the second season gets announced, I don't have any commitments to. I don't have anything on my radar because it's really when you're going to stuff that's during the season that's worth going to. So right now, as of right now, nothing. But once they announce season 2, then we'll see what we do then. But yeah, nothing right now.
Okay.
Cool. Well, right now, I've just been still been, but on the back end, still just been playing Street Fighter and MK and just practicing both and trying to stay sharp because I don't treat off seasons this is really an off season, really right now. So I don't treat off season like the pure off season where I'm just like not playing. There's still improvements to be made. So you just get back at season 2 and see people keep hyping up season 2 like there's gonna be crowdfunding, which means a lot of money.
No, so you're ready to get that bag.
Yeah, because crowdfunding is a big deal. Look at League of Legends, Fortnite. Those prize pools are in the millions. So if NRS sells a lot of DLC, NRS sells more DLC than games sell games. Like, so that means if they're willing, that sounds like a positive towards the esports side of things. And Ed Boon himself, the creator, tweeted, "Should we do crowdfunding that leads towards the Pro Tour for skins and stuff?" Like, bro, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So that means it's definitely worth taking very serious now. I'm playing the brokest characters.
Yeah.
I'm putting in time, but when you're looking at the ROI, like it's not worth, you start to look at it as kind of like a good time. I'm gonna play what gets me the most interactions, what gets me the best content. But when you're competing for actual millions or hundreds of thousands, you start looking at it like, okay, I'm actually trying to get the bag now. I'm trying to get the bag. I don't care about the content. I don't care about the viewers. I don't care about what I'm known for. I don't care about being liked. I just care about the dub,
I need that. I need that money. Yeah, I get that. I respect that too.
Nah, you got to play that way if there's a lot of money on the line. Especially if you got an org who they're only gonna take so many L's before they start looking at you sus. It's like,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, these tournaments aren't free. These events aren't free. I was a free agent for 2 years. I knew how much it cost to go out of pocket to go to these events. That's when them sub goals, them dono goals start coming up.
Yeah, no, I get it, man.
If dono goal don't get hit, we ain't going. I'm sorry. It depends on the game, man. I mean, if it's for Street Fighter or something like that, oh yeah, I'll come out of pocket because the chance of me, especially the chance of me doing well, is high. It's like, bro, the game is millions. Like, I'll spend a few thousand if it means possible millions.
Yeah,
but motherfucker ain't gonna spend thousands for possible hundreds. That's not a dub,
Yeah, that makes me think of the freaking dialogue situation when he popped off and then like he broke a light that's like $3,000, and then it's like, bro. Yeah, that's way more than that's 3 times the amount you won.
I know, I was on the losing end of that shit too.
No, I know, Sam. Like, I'm sorry to bring it up, but I was like, it made me think about someone won their money, but then they lost all their money because they were too loud.
Yeah, I mean, bro was tripping out.
Yeah, and I remember because like
you could be happy, but you can't break stuff.
Yeah, don't throw it. Like, and I think funny enough, 3 weeks prior, Hungry Box had just did that. Like, I think he just won something and he popped off. He threw the chair, and people are like, "Why are you pulling the Hungry Box? Hungry Box ain't no break, no light."
Yeah, I mean, I think that day a lot of people found out how expensive lights are.
Yeah, bro, I knew. I work in production and everything, bro. Lights be expensive, bro. Those cameras be expensive.
That's not. These tournaments ain't. That makes you realize how much money like Bailey's putting into the event. It's like, it's like there's like 9 of those lights on the damn stage. You talking about one's $3,000? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit's crazy. It makes you kind of put some respect on like tournament organizers, like how much money it costs to like run a tournament. It's like, damn,
they're renting them too. Yeah. So majority of the time they rent those pieces. So then it comes back. He probably even spent more money renting that, and now he's got to explain to the company, "Yo, someone broke this light," and they're like, "Oh, all right, bet you got to pay this amount," and they send them a little receipt like, "Yeah, this is going to be more than what the light actually costs just because of everything that we got to deal with, like sending it and packaging and everything."
Pretty much.
People got to be careful when they pop off.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. Like you said, you just got to chill out, take your dub, be happy, throw chairs. Like,
yeah, because I swear, like, I remember watching the video of you when, like, you won, but you were kind of chill about it. You're like, yeah, I won, but you were again, like I said, you're a very stoic person.
Yeah, I was 17 too, so I was just I don't know. I think it's because it was a team killing grands, so I kind of just felt bad for like smoking the homie because he was on my team. I had to beat. I mean, shoot, I'd rather win than you not, than you win. Shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather win than you not lose, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, bro, I'm sorry, you're my homie, but I got to get the dub. I can't let you win over me.
All right, because the team has two champions instead of one dude who won twice. It's like, bro, we just collecting everything that's to get collected, I think my teammate won Common Breaker, and then I won EVO, and then my other teammate won CEO. So we won the first first three tournaments of the circuit back to back, different players on the team. That's rare. That's not. That's not often that like a fighting game team has three players that are damn near all just as good that have chances at winning everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just like impressive.
That's like having a super team.
Yeah, where I mean, to be honest, bro, that's what I want to build here in Core, bro. I want to build the best FGC team possible. That is the goal.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like
whenever it's going crazy though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, FlyQuest is going crazy. They're stressing me out because I'm like, yo, they're doing what I want to do.
They had 2 EVO champions this year.
Yeah. Yep. Punk the God and Nitro.
Yeah, that W Investments.
Yeah. Swear, W Investments.
Yeah.
Did a good job.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but like, yeah, that's the goal here in Core, man. We want to build the best FTC roster possible because, like, whenever we saw you left the Knights, we're like, oh yeah, bro. I mean, you saw I DM'd you right away. I was like, yo, bro. I mean, you looking to get picked up real quick? I mean, I know you just left, but I mean, you interested in joining another org right away?
No, yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to see how these tournaments go, and I'm trying to get the dub, regardless regardless if it's for you guys or myself. If it's for me,
yeah,
it's for me.
I mean,
but you guys,
it is you first, and then the team.
That's what I'm saying, exactly. But you guys also just win too.
Yeah. I mean, I just know you can win. That's why I was like, again, I'm like, I was a fan of yours. I enjoyed watching you play, but then I was like, yo, he's also someone who's going to get us some W's and get some more recognition. So,
I'm definitely very prideful in like org I'm fighting for, I go to the tournament and if I win, we win. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So, and it's job security.
Yeah, it's true. Facts. Yeah. You win. People are like, yeah, we got to keep them. And that's more money in your pocket.
No, yeah, exactly. You guys send me there. I appreciate the support, and I know how much it takes to run an organization, and like I don't know personally because I've never ran an org, but I know from experience of how much it costs to just get to these events. So when I see a team send like 10 players, like damn, you guys are investing.
Yeah, it's an investment. I feel like sometimes pros don't understand that either.
No, exactly.
But again, I think it's like more so the super young ones who are just really getting into it. They're like, what do you mean? Or they don't take it as serious.
Yeah, they just don't know the back end that goes into it. So it's hard to respect. You respect it more when you like been through it or you actually know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, man. Yeah. It was wonderful getting to know you a bit more, getting the chance to interview you. And I can't wait until the next event that we get to see you at and watch you win.
I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you guys chatting.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one.
See you.